Hello, and welcome to Purple Tips Thursday. I am Joyce Hughes. I'm a doTerra wellness advocate and coming to you today from the Purple Runway channel. Every Thursday, a new heart-centered leader will take over the channel for a half hour to teach, share, connect, and help you ignite your own purple light. I'm honored to be here today. Today we're talking about affirmations and essential oils. And I call the session today, Affirm Your Loving Self. I will explain what affirmations are, how they affect your mindset, and how you can create them for yourself. Also, we'll have a brief introduction to essential oils, especially aromatic use, or you might say aromatherapy, their effects on the brain, and the specific oil recommendations for our self-love focus. We'll practice a simple affirmation and essential oil experience with virtual aromas today, and we'll then finish our session with a short breathing technique called heart-focused breathing. So I want to start off with a quote. It's not a new quote. It's probably 50 years old from Norman Vincent Peale, and it is, "Change your thoughts and you change your world." This is not a new concept. Thoughts and words are very powerful in our lives. We know that. Did you know that your thoughts actually become a part of the cells in your body? Your brain center turns thoughts into chemicals that are associated with an emotion. And these chemicals are carried through the bloodstream to the nerve cells. So, cells change depending on the nature of your thinking. Of course, we're many unaware of thinking patterns because much of it's generated from the subconscious, automatically and without awareness. In fact, our subconscious directs 90% of our behavior. So how can we change our thoughts? Well, there are many modalities to help repattern thoughts. Hypnosis, acupuncture, meditation, EFT or emotional freedom technique, energy work, massage, essential oils, and affirmations, just to name a few. So simply choosing and committing to rewriting your thoughts through affirmations can powerfully change your patterns and even your body chemistry. So just as the subconscious mind accepts critical statements, those old tapes running in our minds, it accepts positive statements such as affirmations as well. They are powerful tools for clearing that which we desire in our lives. I'm going to just give you a few tips for creating your own affirmations. I've created a few today, and we'll have that experience in a little bit, but just wanted to give you some tips on that. Now, there's apps. Everywhere you look, you can find affirmations, and you can certainly find some that resonate with you. But if you'd like to create your own, make them specific statements. Specific statements to what your focus is. Okay. Speak the statement out loud, if you can, if you're in the place where you can do that, because when you speak it and hear it, it more easily goes into your subconscious. If you can't do it out loud, that's all right. But consciously speak it in your head. Okay, so besides the specific focus, the intention that you set, that's part of it. That's part of creating it as well. And of course, today we're on our focus intention is self-love. So they're short, positive, present tense. Present tense meaning spoken as if it's already true. Sometimes when you're starting to use affirmations, you say, if you say something in the present like, "I am grateful." But if you don't really feel grateful right then, it might feel a little off to you. So another way to soften that a little bit is to say, "I choose." So whatever your affirmation, if you're saying, I am grateful, but I don't know, I choose to feel grateful. So that say that's just a little tip to soften it up a little bit so that you can feel a little bit more resonating with it. Repeat them during the day. Put them somewhere. If you have an app, if you write them on paper, put it on Post-it notes, put it on your phone, whatever works for you, so that it's brought to your mind throughout the day. And just repeat it. If you can't do it out loud, just to yourself, repeat the affirmation. And then there's always a choice. So we always can be making a choice on how our thoughts are being brought into our minds. So don't give up. You're changing a pattern. That takes a while. Continue with your affirmation practice, and sometimes it does take just a little while to change the tune of your thoughts. So the other part to address now are the essential oils, and I've been in a doTerra essential oil wellness advocate for about 6 years, and essential oils are a major way I support my health, physically and emotionally. So there's 3 ways to use essential oils: aromatic, topically, and internally. And today we will focus on the aromatic use, or the aromatherapy, because all essential oils have emotional components. And you might say emotional aromatherapy, because when you use it in the aromatic method, which I'll explain in a minute, it is definitely associated with your thoughts and your emotions. For aromatic use, I have the oils here that I'm going to work with today. You can open the bottle, smell it. That's aromatic. You can drip a couple drops in your hands. Rub your hands together. Put your hands over your nose and mouth and breathe in. You can be a human diffuser, putting it behind your ears, on your heart. You can wear it on jewelry. So there's lots of ways to diffuse, but the way I'm going to do it today with using affirmations and the oils together is by just cupping it over my nose and mouth and breathing in. So aromatic use is the key when working with thought patterns and for emotions effects, mainly because of their actions. So when you breathe in the aromas of an essential oil, whichever way you do it, or a diffuser even as well, it travels through the olfactory nerve, which is right on your nose, right up here. It travels through that nerve and goes straight to the limbic area of the brain, also called the amygdala. Well, that's the area in the brain where the emotions and memories are stored. So that's why you can have an immediate emotional response to breathing in an oil. Or memory associated. Most people have something that they smell that reminds them of some place or something, some experience in their life before. So the messages that the essential oils bring are not blocked by the subconscious mind. So that means, obviously, they can be received by the subconscious mind. So we introduce aromas of the essential oils as a stimulus to interrupt these old mental emotional response patterns. Also to stimulate multiple regions of the brain that control our endocrine and immune and the limbic function, or the memories and emotions. They directly and profoundly affect the body, mind, and spirit. So, as you can see, the use of essential oils and affirmations together can assist in bringing powerful changes into our lives. So now we're going to I'm going to demonstrate a process, a little experience to use essential oils with affirmations. So I have 3 different oils here, and I'll tell you a little bit about each of them. Mainly all essential oils have lots of different effects and uses, but we're going to mainly be concentrating on the aromatic use and the emotional component that's associated with this oil, because after we're trying to change thought patterns in our mind. So the first one is bergamot. That is a citrus oil. It's made from the peel of that fruit, and this is a emotional effects associated with bergamot is self-acceptance. So we're going to start with that today. So I put a couple drops on my hand. Now you can follow along with me if you want to. I know your oil experience has to be virtual today, but you can say I'll say the affirmations 3 times, and you can say those with me, or you can say them in your head, however you feel comfortable. So I'm going to do this, rub my hands together, and then take a nice deep breath in of the oils. And I'm going to repeat the affirmation that I wrote with that. I love and accept myself. Breathe in again. I love and accept myself. I choose to love and accept myself. Okay, now the next one that I'm going to use is lavender. And lavender, most people have heard of lavender. It comes from the lavender flower. It is associated with honest communication and calming. So we're going to put a couple of drops. I'm going to put a couple drops on my hands and do the same thing. Take a nice deep breath. Smelling the oils. The oil. I see myself through loving eyes. I see myself through loving eyes. I choose to see myself through loving eyes. Okay, and the last one I'm going to use today is geranium. So geranium is, this oil is from the leaf of the geranium plant, and it is associated with the oil of love and trust. So I'll put a couple drops on. I trust the goodness within me. I trust the goodness within me. I trust the goodness within me. And I choose to trust the goodness within me. Okay, so there's 3 affirmations for you to think about today. See what resonates with you, or craft your own. We're going to just do a short breathing exercise now, just a relaxation type breathing technique called heart-focused breathing. And it's actually a technique that I learned through the Institute of Heart Math. I believe there's some information, the website about heart math on here. It's been around for about 30 years, but they're doing lots of good work with heart-based living, the power of the heart and brain working together. And so you can refer to that. I won't tell you any more about that today because that's a whole nother session. But anyway, this is a very simple technique. Nice to do it maybe first thing when you wake up in the morning, kind of to set your pattern for the day. And, of course, throughout the day as life happens to you. So it's a very simple technique. And you can, once you've done it a few times, you can really just do it without out in the open. It's not, you'll see. Okay, so we're going to take a few deep breaths. Just follow along. Slow and deep, a little bit slower, a little deeper than usual. I put my hand on my heart because I want to bring an awareness to my heart. Because as you breathe in through your heart. So it kind of helps for me to have that focus there. Breathing in through your heart. Slow, deep breaths. Now think of a time, a place, a person, a situation, something in your life that brings forth a regenerative emotion. That's the way HeartMath states it. Being a regenerative emotion is like care, compassion, gratitude, love, joy. Something that's personal to you that caused that type of feeling to happen in you. So just think of that and bring forth that regenerative emotion to yourself. Just keep easily, comfortably breathing, heart-focused breathing. Breathing through your heart. And when you've got that feeling, that emotion, breathe it in. Just breathe it into your heart and fill your heart with that emotion. You can continue on with the breathing for as long as you want, but we'll progress now. And the next step, now that you've filled your heart up with that emotion, you breathe in, and when you breathe it out, you're sending it out to some situation, some person, some place, to the world, wherever you're called. HeartMath calls this coherence, getting yourself in your heart and your brain in coherence. And actually it affects your heart rate and your pattern. So another way to think of that is balancing. So it's a technique that you can use in lots of situations. So thank you for participating with me. I have an offer. A free consultation and oil samples to support a personal oil plan for you. You can connect. The contact information is in the information here. You can contact me by phone or email. When you make the contact, use hashtag Purple Runway, so that we know where the reference is coming from being on this session. And in closing now, on behalf of Gigi, on behalf of Gigi and the Purple Runway team, thank you so much for your continued support in our mission to help survivors, thrivers, and conquerors of domestic violence and abuse. join us next time. That'll be next Thursday, June 25th at 12 o'clock noon with Rebecca Thompson. And her presentation will be Embodied, Centered, Strong, and Rising. Be sure to watch Rebecca. Be sure to follow our Eventbrite page on www.purplerunway.eventbrite.com to see all of Purple Runway's exciting events. And to learn more about Purple Runway mission or to donate to the cause, please visit www.purplerunway.org. So thank you very much for being a part of the Purple Tips Thursday today. And be well. Bye.